Halloween isn't something that's been super huge in my part of the world. I have, however, noticed maybe in the last 5 to 10 years that there does seem to be increasing interest in it, which is super fun and amazing for me because I always wanted to go trick or treating as a girl, but I was never allowed to because, nobody did it apparently. Well, at least that's what my mum told me. I am now super excited to be creating a lot of Halloween fun for my own children. When it comes to decorating my house for trick-or-treaters, it's set quite far back from the road. Most of the frontage is garage. I had to decide whether to decorate my garage, or I do have this nice big window at the front of my house, so I decided to capture everyone's attention by creating these Halloween window silhouettes, which I think are really fun. And so when the backing light is on, it looks really awesome. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I did it. I do have to admit I didn't actually film me doing the DIY. I did photograph it, so I will use the photographs and I will try to communicate as best I can with how I did it. I will also leave a link in the description so that if you want, you can get some more clarification on the blog post that I've written. And that'll have a few more details.
The supplies that you'll be needing are adhesive vinyl. I could only get chalk vinyl, so that's what I used. You'll also need masking tape, scissors, a lead pencil. You'll need access to a printer, and optional supplies are a ruler and an eraser as well. Search Google Images for some simple clip art, then download it and print it. Optional, you can then set up a grid on your paper to help with the drawing later on. Next, you need to roll out the vinyl to cover across the area of the window that your silhouettes are going to go. Don't remove the adhesive backing just yet, you just need to attach it using masking tape at this stage. Refer to your Google image printout and you can begin drawing onto the vinyl. I used 2 characters, so I put them together here.
Now, it can often be difficult trying to scale a picture from something really small to something quite large and doing it freehand. Most of this I actually did freehand and I did by eye, but I also used that grid that we did when we drew on the piece of paper. So this part is entirely optional. If you've got, some crazy mad artistic skills, then go for it. But the rest of us, this is, one of my tips. Okay, so basically you've got the grid lines on your paper and we do the same thing on the vinyl. I would do this sparingly. Like I said, I did most of it by eye. There are a few cross lines that you can see on the vinyl where I did draw light lines. The only reason I say this is because I found that sometimes when I erased, if I didn't draw the lines light enough, it would slightly rub out some of the vinyl, so it was just a little bit faded. But having said that, if you're not too fussed on what it looks like close up, then it really doesn't matter because most people will actually see the window from a distance, or they're going to see it at night time when it's dark, when your shadows are coming out and that backlight is on. So you can't actually see the pencil lines. I'll also mention that you will have pencil lines from drawing the outlines of your shapes as well. So you can't get away from it entirely. And I found that I didn't really have any issues with that because I drew quite lightly around them anyway.
Finally, we begin cutting out our shapes. I started by cutting as much as I could with scissors whilst it was attached to the window. And for the trickier bits, I pulled just that section of vinyl down, cut around it, then I attached it back onto the window with the masking tape and lined it up with the other pieces. Once you're done cutting, whilst the rolls are still attached with the masking tape, start pulling off the backing sheet, and then as you go you can pull off the masking tape as well. You may have some overlapping areas, just tidy those up with some scissors as well. And there are our Halloween window silhouettes. I found when it comes to drawing these, you don't need to be too rigid. A lot of it I did by eye and it all worked out in the end. This definitely put my book covering skills to the test. There were a few air bubbles and such in there, but again, once the lights are out, once it's dark and you turn that backing light on, nobody can actually see it. I can see it because I'm up nice and close. I got pretty good reviews from everyone who saw it as well, so that's awesome. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful.